Hey guys, just trying to get my stream set up. I will be with you shortly. Just bear with me a little bit. Just trying to get my stream set up. Here we go. Okay, I think it looks good. I'm trying a different angle today to hopefully get less shadows, but there are still a lot of shadows, but I think it's better than it was. So hopefully this way will work out. We'll see. Today we're going to be playing a prompt game. If you don't follow Aunt Beck's Creations on YouTube, she did a prompt game earlier, and I'm going to make one using her prompts, and I'm also going to make one using my own prompts with these cards that I made up. And this disaster right here is one that I made yesterday with my own prompts, and it looks horrible, as you can see. So once it's dry, I'm going to cut it up and make them into little ATC sized cards, and I'm going to turn them into like joke cards, and it's going to be from a series that I'm making called Art Ain't Always Pretty, and I'm going to add some words to them, such as learn from your mistakes, this isn't right, not a winner, stuff like that. Because this looks really bad, and but since I took the time to make it, I want to use it, and I'm going to, even if it's in a kind of joking way. So I'm just gonna wait to see if anybody shows up. I'm a little bit early, but I wanted to make sure that my stream looked okay before people started showing up. And so far, so good. I made a couple of background pieces for my prompt game today. Just some cut up pieces of cardboard that I painted white, so that way I start with a white background. Hi Linda, how are you doing today? We're going to be playing a prompt game today. Two of them actually. One of my own and then one that somebody else did in a stream before mine. I'm doing well. I'm glad that you're doing great. I'm trying a different angle today. Well, not a different angle, but normally I sit on this side of the table, but it seems like over here there are less shadows, so I'm hoping that that is the case. This ugly piece right here is going to get turned into some ATC cards. I made this using my own prompts, and I don't know how I feel about that. Made something this horrendous from cards that I created, but that's okay. We can always turn it into a joke, so that's what it's going to be. But we're also going to make two new ones. So hopefully I can redeem myself with the ones that we're going to do tonight. If you want to play along, Linda, you can. We're going to be playing a prompt game. So all you need is something as a background, as like a piece of paper or whatever. I'm using a piece of cardboard that I painted white. And like some of the prompts, use washi tape. So stuff like that. So if you have washi tape, we can add that to our background. I don't know if that's a prompt that I'm going to pick, but it's an option. I also have some blank cards. Yeah, it is dinner time. But I'm finished with work and don't have anything else to do, so I'm just gonna stream. What are you having for dinner? I'm also going to show, ooh, sweet and sour chicken. That sounds really good. I'm going to show off some Happy Mail that I got in the past few weeks. And this Cheetos mac and cheese box that I'm saving to turn into a journal. If you haven't tried this stuff, it's pretty good. This is cheesy jalapeno, but I tried all 3 flavors that the Cheetos mac and cheese makes, and they are pretty good. Definitely not good for you, but they taste really good. I've been working on my ATC coin swap. So this is another one that I made to go with the rest of them. I'm going to send this one out to Beth. I found mine at Walmart. Hi, Violet. How are you doing today, Violet? We're going to be playing a game if you want to play along. I know that that's what Aunt Beck did, but I wrote down her prompts and we're going to play her game too. So we're going to do 2 prompt games tonight. Hers and mine. Hi, other Linda. I'm glad that you could finally make one of my streams. We have Linda. I'm going to call you Linda M for Linda's mixed up mess, and then Linda H. So Linda M and Linda H. So if anybody does want to play along tonight, all you need is a background. Or 2 if you want to play both games like I'm going to do. Fixing dinner and watching Lurking. Just didn't want to miss seeing you. I'm glad that you're here, Violet. What are you making for dinner? Linda M had sweet and sour chicken, which sounds really good. What did you have, Linda H, for dinner? I had pizza. I ordered pizza yesterday because I was bad. But I wanted it, so I ordered it. I don't know that her last name is actually starts with an M, but since her YouTube name is Linda Mixed Up Mess, that's why I'm going with Linda M. But if you have something else you would rather be called so I don't mix up the 2 Lindas, then feel free to distinguish yourselves. Cheesy chicken and broccoli soup. That sounds good. I think I'm just going to start off by showing some of the Happy Mail that I got recently. And Linda D. Okay, Linda H and Linda D. That works for me. So I've been hiding this stuff in this Cheetos box because I am planning on making a little journal, but I don't know if I want to use this box for this particular journal or if I want to use something smaller, because I want to make a journal specifically for things that I receive in Happy Mail and the little things. Spinach quiche. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had quiche. not opposed to having it. I just have never had the opportunity. No one's ever made it. And I don't really cook that much, so I've definitely never made a quiche. But this journal, or this box, will be perfect for a journal. So I have saved it. I'm just not exactly sure the type of journal that I want to turn it into yet. But it's a really good box to store Happy Mail in. So I made a few ATC coins, this butterfly fly free, and I posted it in Beth's group if anybody wanted to trade with me because I want to make it into a journal. So I sent them all out, and I've started receiving some in return. So I'm going to show the Happy Mail that comes with the ATC coins that I received. The one that I received today was from Mina Parrish, and it is in this little envelope. She made this little envelope, which is really cute, and her coin is amazing. This is just the back, and look at how cute that is, but wait till I flip it over. And look at that, it is adorable. It's three-dimensional with these like 3D stickers, and there's a whole loop around the circle with sequins and a piece of string, and it looks so good. I like it a lot. I'm going to try to hold it up to the camera so you can see it better. I don't like how delayed that the video is, so when I finally see it on YouTube, yeah, it's almost like holographic. I like it a lot. This is going to be a really cute addition to my journal that I'm making. And with hers, she sent me some napkins. And everybody loves napkins. So I have 4 new napkins now that I'm going to turn into a Happy Mail journal. And I've kept their envelopes too, because they're stuck with this really cool tape, and I can even use the envelopes themselves as pages in the journal. So I've kept the envelopes too. So that's one ATC coin / Happy Mail. And the second one, well, this was actually the first one that I got. This is from Terry Lutz, and it's a really cute map with some postage stamps on it. And it looks really nice. And then she sent this little tiny pocket made from book pages and washi tape, and it's filled with little stamps that she made, and they're adorable. So this will be a nice addition to a Happy Mail journal. And then the last one I'm going to show, I've actually had for a few weeks, maybe even a month or so, but when Beth was doing her spinning, her art spinning stuff, she made this, and I really liked it, and she sent it to me. So that's going to be a page in my Happy Mail journal as well. And then she sent me a bunch of other pages too. So just some book pages, and this one's actually Braille. So it's got really nice texture on it, and I like it a lot. So that'll be a nice page. And the same with this page from a parrot book. So that's another thing why I kind of wanted to make a bigger Happy Mail journal, because Beth sent me some really cool bigger pages. And if I made it smaller, like if the journal was like only half the size, I'd have to cut this bird in half. You know, it wouldn't look as good. So I'm still up in the air about that, but we'll get there eventually. And she sent me some music paper too. Everybody likes music paper. So that's some of the Happy Mail. Oh yeah, and this Valentine's Day card. It's like a crayon that you can color in with a to and a from on the back. So I thought that was cute. So this will be the beginning of my Happy Mail journal. Also, I don't know how many of you follow Lisa and Tanya, Lisa Conway and Tanya McGuire on YouTube, but I linked their channels below. They are doing a 24-hour streamathon starting this upcoming Monday at 3 p.m. going until 3 p.m. that next Tuesday. So 24 straight hours. And they're going to do 3 hours on one channel and switch to 3 hours on the other channel and just go back and forth. But Monday at 6 p.m., I'm going to be streaming with Lisa and Tanya on, I believe it's Lisa's channel, but I linked both of their channels below if you want to follow them. And I also linked Aunt Beck's Creations, which is another really awesome streamer, and we're going to be following her sets of prompts tonight because she just did a stream this afternoon, and since I was working, I couldn't play along at the time, but I can now, so I wrote them all down, and we can just make a page using her prompts. At the same time, we can make a page using my prompts. So if we're waiting for one side to dry, then we can go on to the other. So yeah, I linked them both, or I linked all three of them below. I also linked my Facebook group if you want to join my Facebook group and post anything that you want, whether it's craft related or not. But I know there's so many groups out there, but I figured I would make my own as well. So, almost ready to get into it. I also have these ATC cards that I've started. They're made out of a book page, or they're made out of cardboard that I glued book pages to, and I don't have gesso, so I just used white paint, very, very light white paint, with a paper towel, and I just kind of splattered it on there and made it really thin, so it kind of looks like gesso, but it's still not gesso. So if we run out of things to do, or if we're trying to wait for a layer to dry, then we can work on these. I want to do like a watercolor background. I just haven't got the courage to do it yet, so maybe tonight I'll find that courage. So I think we're ready to start the prompts. If anybody else wants to play along, just grab a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper, make it however you want. I just made mine white because I like to start with the white background. Let me move these up a little bit so you can see them. Okay. So I have my own prompts that I made. I'm just gonna try to shuffle them. I can't really shuffle them like a deck of cards because it's paper. They're not gonna shuffle very well. So I'm gonna try to just mix them up a little bit. And I probably won't even pull from the top most of the time, because since I made them, they're probably not shuffled that well anyway. Because I have a lot of colors, and when I made them, I did them kind of like a pattern. So I would have, orange, blue, red, green, and yellow. And these are pretty well not mixed up. I guess the green and the yellow kind of made it back here. but I'm going to pick a prompt from this pile for my game, my Crazy Eights game. We're going to do 8 prompts. And then for Aunt Beck's prompts, they're already picked out. So I'm probably just going to pick random ones, or I can have you guys pick a number between 1 and 10 to see which prompt I should start with as my background. So that way it's still kind of random to me, even though I know what the prompts are. And I think the reason why this one didn't turn out very well is because I was rushing and I just picked the first thing that I saw. So I'm trying to use up my stuff, like use up a lot of my stash. So I don't have that big of an assortment to choose from in the first place. But with this, I was just trying to get it done. So I wasn't really thinking that much. But with these two, I'm going to try to think a little bit at least. So hopefully they'll turn out better. But they probably won't, but we'll see. So if somebody wants to pick a number between 1 and, actually let's go between 2 and 8, because the first layer is going to be my background layer, and that was, she chose, the prompt was 2 background colors. So just pick 2 colors and use it as your background. So this one is going to be the one that I do with her prompts, and this one is going to be the one that I do with my prompts. So I'm going to start with the background of just adding 2 colors, and then Linda picked number 5. And number 5 is add paint with a household item. So I didn't really prepare myself. I don't really have very many household items down here. Oh, yeah, I do. The one that I don't like, fun practice art. Yeah, that's something, all right. But I'm gonna cut it up into ATC cards and turn them into like a joke. And the series that I make with this particular background is gonna be called Art Ain't Always Pretty. That's gonna be the series name. And then I have these words like learn from your mistakes, and this one's not a winner, and that's not right. Stuff like that. Just stuff that, makes it fun. Even though it doesn't really look that good, at least you can still laugh about it. So I'm going to try to find a household item in my basement to make paint with after I use 2 colors for the background. So, I use pink and blue a lot. I think I use that too much. So let's try different colors. How about we do yellow and orange. Yellow and orange would be good background colors. Orange is one of my favorite colors. So I'm going to find a thick piece of cardboard to use as an applicator. That was your varsity team sports number. What sport did you play, Linda? Linda H. So this one's Aunt Beck's, yes. So I'm just gonna kind of add a couple lines of orange and then a couple lines of yellow. So we got orange and we got yellow. I'm gonna put this back up here. And I'm just gonna kind of scrape the colors down with, normally you should do this with like a credit card, something a little bit harder, but I don't have one of those down here. So I'm just gonna use this piece of cardstock. And I obviously need to add some more colors, so add a little more. Just about all of them in high school, and then just tennis and softball in college. That sounds fun. I played softball too up until my senior year. You would think that your senior year would be the year you were most excited for to play sports, but my coach back then ruined that for me, so I didn't even want to play anymore. So I didn't. I played from when I was 5 up until my junior year, and then my senior year, I didn't come back. But I did play bowling a lot. I bowled on leagues ever since I was 9, up until just a few years ago. I even have a bowling tattoo. That was my first tattoo that I ever got. That's how much I like bowling. So I like that background. Orange and yellow. Not starting off too bad. So now I'm going to pick my first prompt for my own game, and I'm going to choose it in the middle somewhere. Okay, so my first prompt is use washi tape. Okay, so let me dig and find some washi tape. I know I put some in here. I just don't know where. And if I can't find any, then I'll just choose another prompt. Don't need to spend all my time. Oh, here's some. Should be in here. Yeah, it's really a bummer, isn't it, Linda, when you like the sport so much, but then you just don't have that good coach, and they just make you want to quit. I just put washi tape in here. I remember doing it specifically, and now I can't find it. I found one roll of washi tape, and it's just green. That's it. Sorry for all the noise. I'm just trying to find my stuff. I'm sure it's in here somewhere, because I remember putting it in here with this fabric. I'm not sure exactly where I put it then, since I can't find it. But I did find one roll. So we're going to use this tiny little green roll of washi tape. I might have to glue this stuff down, or at least go over it with a layer of glue. So I guess what I can do is just make a lined pattern of washi tape going up. So that'll be a decent start to the background. Let's probably a good thing that I can't find my other washi tape because I would make this thing ugly, just like I did my other one. So, that one wasn't long enough. I tried to play clarinet. I think it was in 5th grade. I was like 10, and I could not get it to make a sound. Like, I tried. I could not get that thing to make a noise. So I quit band. Like the first week that I started band, I was not into it. And then even this kind of the same story that I had with choir, because I like to sing, but I don't have a good voice. So I was in choir, and my choir teacher, she was really nice, but she was kind of crazy. So after my first year of actual choir, actual singing like real songs with a whole group of other other people's voices, not just that, middle school stuff where you're singing Disney songs. But we were singing really cool songs. We sang Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. But if my class was bad, like behaviorally bad, not singing bad, like if somebody just wasn't paying attention or whatever, she would lose her temper and like she would cry. She would cry a lot during class. And that was not for me. So I stuck it out my 9th grade year. I sang all the cool songs, but I did not come back for 10th grade. Like, she was a good singing teacher. She had a great voice. She was a really good teacher. She was just a little bit nuts. But aren't all art form teachers kind of nuts? Like, I mean, we are artists, and I know I'm crazy. I can't speak for you guys, but I can surely speak for myself. But, like, I wouldn't openly cry in front of my students. If I really had it that bad, I would go in my room or, to the teacher's lounge, to the bathroom, anywhere and cry, but not openly in front of my students. So I'm almost finished with my washi tape background, and then I just have to wait for this paint background to dry. So I might move on with mine, but not quite with the second one yet. Yeah, I am crazy too. Life would be boring if I wasn't, though, so there's that at least. You didn't have the pleasure to play sports or anything in school because of money, so instead you played the backyard sports. Yeah, exactly. I loved doing that too. I grew up around a lot of kids, and my cousins were pretty much all around my age at least. And at all of our family birthday parties, we would always have a game of baseball or something going. It was fun. But then, people get older and stuff changes. But at least there's the memories you can think back on. And my stepdad and I, in all throughout like middle school, high school, every single day when it was nice out, when he'd get home from work, we would go play catch in the park, whether it be with a baseball or a football or whatever. I bet I can throw a football better than some guys that I know. Even still, after all this time, I loved playing catch with the football back then. Yeah, Linda H., I am also from a very small town with a very small school. My team uniform wasn't my gym suit. My gym suit was just my clothes, just whatever I brought to change into. I think I'm going to add a little tiny bit of glue on top of these pieces of tape, just so I know that they're not going to go anywhere. Alright, there we go. Add some glue, and now I'm gonna just paint it on. I should have probably painted glue on before I stuck them down, but at least this will give them a little bit more strength, and hopefully they'll stay down. And since I have stuff on my plastic that keeps coming up, I'm just gonna get little extra pieces of stuff, like this piece of paint right here. So we'll get that off of there. There we go. Wow, Linda, they didn't even provide you with tennis rackets? It seems like I don't play tennis, but even when I played softball, like if I didn't have my own helmet or my own bat, then I could at least use what the school had. Yeah, I did have to buy my own softball glove and spikes. But since the tennis racket is like the only, I mean, I don't know, dude. Do tennis players, well, obviously tennis shoes, but like actual tennis shoes, do those exist? I don't know anything about tennis. But when I played softball, like the bat, the baseball bat, if I didn't have my own, then I could use my what the school provided. Same with the helmets. As long as you had fun, that's all that matters. So I'm gonna go on to prompt number 2 with this one, and Linda picked number 5, which is add paint with a household item. So I have a water bottle cap, and I'm gonna squirt some paint out over here and use it kind of as a stamp to make some circles on my page. So I think blue will go well. Actually, I have some metallic blue over here from earlier. I wonder if it's still wet. Oh yeah, definitely still wet. So I'm gonna make some blue circles. Don't need to waste any paint if I can help it. I think adding circles is like one of my favorite things to do when I'm making stuff like this. I love using different things to stamp circles on, like pop bottle lids, water bottle lids, these little medicine cup lids, anything really. A roll of washi tape once it's empty, use that. I don't know why I like circles so much, but I do. So this one isn't turning out too bad so far. I still have 10 prompts to go with this one, or 8 prompts to go. Perfect. Yeah, circles are just fun and easy to make. I guess we can see what prompt 2 is for my prompt 1. So we'll pick this red one. So add a border. I'm actually gonna save that one because I think I just messed these up. Because I'm going to turn them into ATCs. So I don't want to add a border around this because once I cut them up, they'll only some of them would actually have the border. So I'm gonna save that one for last. So we have number 1, and then we have that one to save for later. So we'll pick another one, which is add fabric. And I think this is the prompt that screwed up this project for me because that was prompt number 2 where I added these strips of fabric and it just didn't go well from there. So let's add some fabric. I have these samples that I got for free from various websites. I love all of the availability of free craft supplies that is on the internet. There are so many companies that will send you free samples of things like magazines, fabric, paper. You just have to just Google it and you'll find stuff. So I think I'm going to cut some of these into squares and just kind of glue them on here. I should have brought my circle punch down. I actually don't know if that would even work. My scissors. Okay. Found my scissors. So I'm just going to make a couple squares or rectangles. So cut some fabric and just glue it down. So I cut them into strips. I'm going to cut them further into squares. And this one's a little longer, so I'll cut that again. Still might not look good, but I still think it's going to look better than this mess over there. Yeah, Linda, I have gotten so many free samples of fabric from various places. I don't remember offhand, but just Google like free fabric samples, and you will find so many like different websites that will send you little squares of fabric, and magazines too. Especially with the magazines, I found that like state websites that are trying to get you to come to their state, they'll send you like travel brochures and stuff where you can get maps of the state and a lot of cool stuff to use for journaling and crafting. And I think that's probably why I have so much stuff that I need to use, because there's just so much available for free. So why would I not have an abundance of stuff? Got a little bit of fabric on there. Might add some more since I have it. Put this yellow piece right here. And then I'll put this last gray piece up in the top corner. Perfect. This one over here, the paint is a little bit wet still. So, okay, I'm going to cross out the ones that we already used over here. Okay, hold on 1 second. I will be right back. I have to go upstairs for a moment. I was gonna see if I could find my heat gun so I could dry this stuff, but I don't have a way to mute my phone easily, so that wasn't gonna work out anyway. You bought a new fountain pen to match your new traveler's notebook cover. How bad is it when I probably have 1,000 pens? Yeah, I love pens, especially gel pens. I love gel pens. Numbers 9 and 10 on this prompt game, I'm going to save until after I already cut them up, because the prompts are to thread doodle, which is basically just hand stitching something, and I want to hand stitch a little border around the card, maybe on just one side of the card once it's cut up. I don't want to do it yet. And number 10 is bead work, so I'm going to add a bead to them once they're completed. So really we only have 6 more prompts for each of them. So if somebody wants to pick a number between 1 and 6, then we can move on with this one, and then I can pick a new card for this one. Make sure these are stuck down. Number 2. All right, number 2 is adding lines. So what I'm going to do when I want to add my lines, I'm going to use the same paper that I used to spread the background, and I'm going to fold it in half. I really need to put an old credit card in my box down here, because that's the best way to like make marks, make lines. So I'm going to use a piece of paper and dip it in some paint and just make some lines. Probably with red. I think red will be good. So I'll put a little bit of red over here. It almost actually looks like claw marks with the blood with the red. Didn't intend for that. Did not think about that, but that's okay. Put a little bit more. What about a piece of cardboard, like using cardboard as a prompt? Is that what you were asking? Oh, a piece of cardboard for making my lines. That's probably what you're asking. I don't know actually if I have any down here. This is going all right though. Because I have like credit cards and like when credit card companies are trying to get you to sign up for them, they always send you those fake little cardboard credit cards. I have so many of those that I've saved. They're just not in this pile yet. I haven't gotten to that drawer of decluttering yet. So I'm gonna put this up here, let that dry a little bit. I do have this big cardboard box over here that is holding all my little paint bottles in. I could have cut a piece from there, but I did not think about that at the time. But it turned out okay. Using the piece of paper, I added my blood on there. It does look like blood too, because it's even watered down. Creepy. So I'm going to pick another, I'm going to shuffle these a little bit. I'm going to pick another prompt. Whoops. I don't want to do orange again, because I have 2 oranges already. Let's pick a blue one. A blue prompt. Add words or letters. Okay. So I brought some stickers down, but I don't know that I brought any like word stickers or letter stickers down. So I might have to find some book pages to cut up. Or maybe I'll just write some words. Or letters. Here we go. Words or letters. I'm trying to find stuff in my stash of papers. I like this one. It's just a little note for it's a little flag for a journal. And it just says meh. So I'll put stuff like that, meh, in the blank spots. And most of my artwork is meh anyway, so it's fitting. It's perfect. Next week I'm going to try to figure out what else to add to my collage, so that way we can do some more collage stuff. really like how it's turning out so far. Okay, one more mask sticker, and then we can move on. And we'll put this one right here. There we go. Thanks. It's definitely looking better than this one, at least. So we added lines. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay, 5. So pick a number again between 1 and 5, and then we can move on for this one. Number one is to add circles. And I know I already added circles, but that's because I like circles so much. So I'm just going to add more circles. I wonder if I have any circular stickers that I can put on here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with it, Linda. I'm definitely going to cut it up and turn it into ATC cards. So yesterday, I grabbed a bunch of stickers and other stuff like that. And I thought that I put them in this box that I'm working off of to use up my scraps, but I can't find any of it. And I don't know what I did with them. I put a bunch of stickers in here, and I put a bunch of washi tape, and now they're just gone. So where the heck did I put that stuff if I didn't put them in here? So how about we find something circular shaped. I might just make some more circle stamps because those are fun to make. Or maybe I'll cut some of this into circles. I don't really know what this stuff is. I know, the fairies did. They took them again. They gotta be up in my room somewhere still. But I'm gonna use some of this, I don't even know what it is. A roll of this stuff from the Dollar Tree. But I like it. So I'm gonna make some circles out of it. And I'll just glue them on. Actually, can't even see that. good enough. Sorry about that. I seem to have lost my internet or something, and I'm trying to get my camera working again. Okay, can you see me now? I don't know what happened there. It wasn't my internet, so StreamYard just messed up. Are we good now? Hopefully. You can see now? Okay, good. That was weird. Something went wrong on Streamlabs side. And I know it wasn't my internet because I'm not using my internet. Unless something happened to Verizon, which is definitely possible. But we're back. Yes, magic fingers. I have to see which direction my fingers are actually coming from to make sure they're coming from the right side. Because depending on the angle that I have my phone, sometimes they're coming from the top or the bottom, and they should be coming from the other side. So that's how I know the way that my camera is working, is by testing where my fingers are coming from. So I'm still just adding my little fabric circles, or whatever this stuff is called. Dollar Tree treasure is what it should be called. I like it. Let's move this up right here. There. And now we can go to prompt, I guess technically prompt 5, but really only prompt 4 of my own. Orange again. Okay. So let's see what the orange one is. Add flowers. Perfect. I love flowers, and I love flower things, and I have a bunch of these little petals from Lay's. So we'll add some of those. One of each color, maybe? Yellow and pink. I have a pink one too, I think. Yeah, pink. Okay, so I can add these from my flowers. Seems to me everyone else's Dollar Tree has stuff, but mine doesn't. Same old, same old. You're gonna boycott them? Good luck. Avoiding Dollar Tree is so hard. I still can't find those paper packs that Lisa and Tanya made their little journals from, but I haven't given up yet. So I think that I'm just going to add these flowers, these Lay flowers, to, here, there we go. Like that. There we go. This glue, the Eileen's Tacky Glue. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse to have a Dollar Tree near me. I mean, I have lots of Dollar Trees near me. One's really only local. The rest of them I kind of have to go a little bit of ways for, but not that far. Like, you don't go to the Dollar Tree looking for things. You go to the Dollar Tree and it tells you what you need, which is the curse part. My glue is running low, like it always is. So I'm hoping that once these dry, that these like lines of glue won't be so prominent. I probably should try to. Actually, I should probably try to school glue them down. We'll see if that's any better. So that way that they're at least flat. Oh, you hear my cat? She wants to come down here very badly, but she is not allowed. So we'll see. We'll see if these actually work. Give them time, Linda. I'm sure they will get much more. My Dollar Tree didn't have that many craft supplies the last time I was there, and now they have a whole aisle just for craft supplies. So it seems like Dollar Tree is trying to step up their game. a little bit at least. So I'm adding these lay flowers on there. Oh, hopefully they'll stay stuck. So we'll get the pink one. And when I cut these up, if I need to glue them down a little bit better once they're actually cut, then I will. The office where I work, before this whole lockdown thing started, and when I was not working from home, my work office was right next to a plaza where there was a Dollar Tree. So I would go there like every single day. Usually I didn't get anything, but I just wanted to see what they had. But since I've been working from home for almost a year now, I haven't gone to that Dollar Tree very much, and it's changed a lot. It's gotten much better. Even though they still don't have those paper packs that I want, but they have a lot more stuff. So we're about halfway through on these. And I don't think I'll completely finish them tonight, like at making them into ATCs, but I'll at least get the backgrounds done, and maybe next week before I start my next layer on my big canvas, we can finish them off and turn them into actual ATCs and make them cohesive. Perfect. Oh, I am liking this one a lot. And this one's not too bad either. Thankfully, oh, sorry for my head there. Jeez. I didn't even realize that my big old head was in the way. But I'm wearing my hat because it's cold down here. Well, thankfully it's only $1, Linda. But those dollars add up really fast. Okay, so we used circles. And then you're now 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so pick another number between 1 and 4 now. And we can get moving on this one. And then I can pick a new prompt for this one while we're at it. So let's just pick the top one. Add numbers. So I had to add letters before, and now I have to add numbers. So how many is that? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically 6. Okay, so add numbers, and then we got number 4. So number 4 is add fabric scraps. So numbers over here, fabric scraps over here. So numbers, I might just have to write some or cut some out of paper. Oh no, I have these bingo numbers. That's what I'll do. I'll cut up some bingo numbers. And then fabric scraps. I already used fabric scraps on this one, so let's use some different colored fabric scraps on that one. Not what I want. Here we go. Okay, I like this. So I have this pretty piece of fabric. I'm going to cut it up on the colored strips that it has and glue a few down. So probably 2 of them going down the center would work. I like this one. So we can just put this like right here. Or maybe I'll add the squares onto these. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do actually. So that way, there we go. So we have little squares on top of our little circles. That looks better than adding the whole strips, I think. They're like little 1-inch squares, roughly. Perfect. So that's what I'm gonna do there. I bought some more tacky glue bottles. I just need to remember to bring them down here. One of these sets I'm going to turn into coins, and I can't remember which one I said I was going to turn into coins, but both of them are not looking too bad right now. Not as bad as the other one, at least. Yeah, Linda, I keep forgetting to lay the bottle down. I just keep standing it back up, and that does not help. So I'm going to cut out these bingo numbers. And use them so I'll use this row because it has number 15 in it. 15 is one of my favorite numbers. Okay, I got my numbers now. I just have to glue them. They might actually stick to the glue that's already on here. Ooh, this glue is getting sloppy. So there's a 15. And a 10. And a 31. $31, $44, It's like I'm calling out lottery numbers, but they're just bingo numbers. 59, and we'll go to 70. Put that 70 right there. I think I'm going to add the rest of these too. And put them on top of the flowers. Some of the flowers anyway. I don't have enough for all of them. My one of the towns that I live near, every year they used to do a reverse raffle. And during that reverse raffle, they would also play bingo. So they gave out all these bingo cards to everybody and some crayons. So the last time that I went, I asked my family to save their bingo cards for me so I could use them in my journaling. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just letting them get some use instead of getting thrown in the trash. Yeah, I like it. It's looking pretty cool. And then we got the fabric scraps over here. Only got 3 left. So let's use a stencil. What happened? I swear I'm losing my mind. Oh, here it is. Okay. I knew I had a stencil close to me, and then I couldn't find it. But this paint's kind of wet still. I don't know if I want to use a stencil on it yet. They're both kind of wet. But I can at least see what my next prompt is for this. So we're almost done with this one. Let's just finish this one. Only need 2 more prompts. Yeah, that's a really good way to get journaling supplies, Linda. Even if you're only going to get the cards. Doesn't even matter. So use tissue paper. I have a ton of tissue paper next to me, and that is something that I can easily add while this is still wet with glue. So I'm gonna rip some of that up. Use some. Ooh, what would go good? Orange, pink, red. Maybe red. No, red wouldn't go good. Honestly, I'll probably just use green. Or maybe this polka dot. Use the polka dot tissue paper. This nice polka dot tissue paper. Now I'll rip some up. And just add a few squares of this polka dotted tissue paper. Four, 5, 6. Let's see what 6 will look like. Yeah, they are circles. They're fitting with my circle theme that I kind of have going. No, the circles are on the other one, not this one. Probably don't even need to add that much glue since there's so much glue already on it. And then we'll put the last piece right here. And then I'll just stick them down, make sure they stay down with some glue. Oops. And since they're white, they kind of blend in with what's behind them, which is pretty cool too. There we go. One more prompt for this side over here. So let's pick one from the middle. We'll pick not an orange one. How about we pick a yellow one? There we go. Pick a yellow one. Add notebook paper. Okay. Let's find some notebook paper. And the notebook paper is another thing that I know that I added to it that I cannot find now. I'm gonna go grab some notebook paper. Hold on 1 second. Or maybe 1 minute. Okay, this time I brought my circle punch too. That way I can cut more circles. Thanks, Linda. That is that's the goal. I want to turn them into ATCs. So I'm going to fold this paper into quarters and then cut I'm going to cut some circles. From them. I got this circle punch because it is the perfect size for ATC coins. So I will be using this circle punch a lot. So with these last 4 circles, I'll probably just maybe right there and right there and right here and up here. Maybe we'll go right there. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm just leaking glue out of this school glue bottle like crazy. Perfect. Just gonna stick them down and then I'll go over them with some more glue to get them stuck down for good. My cats are chasing each other upstairs. I can hear them running around. Put a little bit of glue on top of these circles. Okay. There. And then next week, when these are all dry, I will cut them into their ATC sizes and I'll add the border to them. So this one is done for now. It's not horrible. Could have been better, but I'll add some focal points and it'll be okay. Yeah, this school glue, it was so cheap. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be anything crazy. I only got it because it was 10 cents a bottle. And it mostly works. Works good enough for me. And then I'm supposed to use a stencil over here, but this is still not dry yet. Add lace and add dark blue are the other 2 prompts for this one. So maybe I can add some lace. If I can find the lace that I put in here. Yeah, I don't know what I did with that stuff that I put in here yesterday. Or thought I put in here yesterday. Because that lace was part of it. And now I can't find it. So unless there's lace in here, then I might just call it a night. And we'll finish them next week. Yeah. I definitely have to hunt down what I did with all that stuff that I thought I put in here. So I think that's where I'm going to end the night. This one is finished, so next week I will cut it up and we'll turn it into actual cards. We'll add the border and then, turn it into ATCs, and then we'll finish this one. This one still needs to dry before I add the other 3 regular prompts and then the 2 border prompts that I have. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tonight, and if you played along, I would like to see it. Or if you want to play along later, I can add the prompts for this one in my group if you want to see it. I'll even add them to the end of this, to the description in this video as well. Yeah, Elmer's glue watered down is good too. But I think Crazy Art glue basically is watered down Elmer's glue. So I just use it right out of the bottle. Alright guys, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I will see you next week. Also, if you remember and if you're available, I will be streaming with Lisa and Tanya at Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern as well on Lisa's channel, I think. But I linked all of their videos down below. So definitely go check them out. And I will see you next week. Bye.